Eala's story isn't only about tennis. It's about dreaming when nobody knows your name, continuing when the journey becomes difficult, and believing in yourself before the world believes in you. Her achievements may be measured in trophies and rankings, but the lessons behind them are much bigger. Lesson 1. Start before you're ready. Alex started playing tennis when she was only 4 years old. At that age, she couldn't have known where the journey would take her. She couldn't have imagined Grand Slam tournaments. She couldn't have imagined representing the Philippines on the biggest stages. She simply started. And that's an important lesson. We often wait until we're completely prepared before pursuing something. We tell ourselves, I'll start when I'm better. I'll start when I have enough money. I'll start when I'm confident. But sometimes confidence doesn't come before the journey. It is built during the journey. Alex didn't know exactly where her first steps would lead. She simply took them. Lesson 2. Talent needs discipline. Natural talent can open a door, but discipline keeps you inside. Alex eventually trained at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, an environment built around developing elite tennis players. That meant leaving familiar surroundings and committing herself to an incredibly demanding routine. Training, travel, competition, recovery, studying opponents, learning from losses, repeating the process, again and again and again. Because becoming great isn't usually about one extraordinary day. It's about doing ordinary things consistently for years. Talent might get you noticed. Discipline makes you dangerous. Lesson 3. Losing doesn't mean you're finished. One of the hardest lessons in tennis is that you will lose. There is nowhere to hide. You can't blame a teammate. You can't wait for someone else to save you. When the match is over, you have to face the result. Alex has experienced losses throughout her professional journey, but every defeat became part of her development. And that teaches us something important. Failure isn't always evidence that you're not good enough. Sometimes, failure is information. It tells you what needs to improve. It exposes weaknesses you didn't know you had, and it gives you another opportunity to come back stronger. Lesson 4. Don't let one moment define you. In the 2026 Washington Open final, Alex lost the opening set to Jessica Pegula 4-6. She could have allowed that moment to define the match. Instead, she fought back. She won the second set 6-4. Then she dominated the deciding set 6-0, winning her first WTA Tour-level singles title. Think about that. She didn't win because everything went perfectly. She won because she responded when things went wrong. And that's a lesson that applies far beyond sports. You can have a terrible day. You can fail an exam. You can lose an opportunity. You can make a mistake. But one bad chapter doesn't determine the ending of your story. Your response does. Lesson 5. Believe before you have proof. When Alex entered international tennis, there was no guarantee she would become a champion. No guarantee she would reach the top 20. No guarantee she would defeat established stars. No guarantee she would make Philippine tennis history. She had to keep working before the results arrived. And that's one of the hardest things about pursuing a dream. Sometimes you have to believe in something before you have evidence that it's going to work. You have to keep practicing when nobody is watching. Keep applying when nobody is calling. Keep creating when nobody is paying attention. Keep moving when progress feels invisible. Because success often appears suddenly, after years of preparation that nobody saw. Lesson 6. Carry your identity with pride. Alex isn't only playing for herself. Every time she walks onto an international court representing the Philippines, she carries the country's flag with her. Her success has given Filipino tennis something incredibly valuable: visibility. Young Filipinos can now see someone from their own country competing against the world's best. And that matters. Because sometimes the first person to achieve something doesn't just break a record. They change what other people believe is possible. Alex's success may inspire another child to pick up a racket. And that child might someday go even further. That's how legacies begin. But the biggest lesson of all, Eala's journey reminds us that success isn't created in the moment everyone sees. The trophy is only the visible part. Behind it are years of training, sacrifice, homesickness, disappointment, pressure, failure, persistence, and countless moments when quitting would have been easier. That's why her story is bigger than tennis. Because we all have our own court. Maybe yours is your career. Maybe it's school. Maybe it's a business you've been afraid to start. Maybe it's a dream you've almost given up on. And just like tennis, you won't win every point. You won't win every match. But losing 1 point doesn't mean you leave the court. You reset. You breathe. You pick up the racket. And you play the next point. Because perhaps the most powerful lesson we can learn from Eala isn't simply how to win, it's how to keep going, even when the score isn't in your favor. Keep your eyes open. The next wonder is closer than you think. See you next time on I Wonder.